The New York Times is now just the latest media company to be sued by the world's biggest man baby, Donald Trump. See, they criticized him once and they didn't endorse him for president, and now he wants $15 billion for it. So he put out this novella on True Social saying, today I have the great honor of, it's such a weird way to say it, of bringing a $15 billion defamation and libel lawsuit against the New York Times. Blah, 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 they suck. They're a mouthpiece for the radical left Democratic Party. He said this, their endorsement of Kamala Harris was actually put dead center on the front page, something heretofore unheard of. Can we pause there for a second? Because I saw that and I thought, if I Google the New York Post endorsement of Donald Trump, is it gonna be on the front page? So I Googled it. And if we could go to our next graphic. Yeah, it was on the front page of the New York Post. Back to the future, the choice is clear. So evidently it's not that heretofore unheard of. But anyway, he basically says, because they were critical of him, they had an editorial that they ran. Part of this defamation lawsuit is that they had an editorial they ran that was critical of him. Now, you can't, like, it's not like it was just worked into an article or something. You can't have an op-ed that criticizes the potential president of the United States, or you could be sued for $15 billion. And basically, they were really mean and they were really unfair, and now I want to sue them. Why? Because they damaged my ability to earn money, he said. So he deserves $15 billion, which is far more than his entire net worth. Again, none of this makes any sense. None of this is based in literally anything. But the scary thing, Luke, is that, does he want the $15 billion? Sure. Is he gonna get it? Probably not. But maybe the New York Times settles for $20 million or whatever. They just hand it over because they've been exploited and extorted by the mafia don in this case. Or maybe he knows that this is BS and this isn't how defamation works, but he can get the Supreme Court to do what he's been pushing for them to do for literally years, which is open up the libel laws, actually change the Supreme Court interpretation, particularly around the need for actual malice to be proven, which is now a requirement, but he doesn't want it to be. He doesn't want it to prove that they were trying to hurt you. He just wants any criticism to be met with massive lawsuits, and that's my fear, but what do you think?
Yes, a few thoughts. Number one, it's funny you took note because when I originally read it, I did too, of the, it's my great honor to announce that I'm suing with a heavy heart and an inspired mind. I'm suing the New York Times. It's kind of a weird, disconnected way to announce that. But this is a scary, scary time for media, especially when entities a lot bigger than us, potentially even more profitable than the New York Times, have already shown a complete unwillingness to push back against Trump. And a lot of them are seeing, which this is another form, similar to the other story, of just kind of bribing him to leave them alone. It's a cycle now. It's not, oh, well, you know, Trump's kind of a quirky, crazy guy, so he did the whole CBS thing, but that's where that ends. Now he's creating, like you said, this mafia style, I'm going to sue you. And then, as long as you're pushing back against me, like he was doing with CBS, I'm going to use my government authority, which is where it gets real anti-free speech, to harm you. In that case, it was preventing the merger from going through. And then, they pay him off and the merger goes through. And now he's going to do the same thing here, which is if you do try to fight me back, I'm going to fight not in my personal capacity, because that will be the MAGA argument. What? In his personal capacity, he can't bring lawsuits? Well, he's then leveraging his government power to pressure them into two key things, because it's not just the money, as you said. Yes, a settlement that is an admission of failure, which he will frame it as, but two, future coverage to try to prevent more legal abuses bringing onto them as possible, so they'll soften it up. We heard that the higher ups at Paramount were saying, CBS, you need to, 60 Minutes needs to not be too aggressive to Trump because we're worried about what he's going to do. And one thing that I do think is hopeful, John, is that a lot of the free speech warriors on the right are really horrified by this, and they're speaking out against it, and they're stunned that the guy they supported would do something so in the not. Obviously
yeah,
not.
I was like, did I miss a tweet or something?
I don't think my sarcasm worked as well as yours, John.
No, I was following. I was like, man, maybe he's more online than me. I haven't seen that going on.
No, in reality, it's zip. They said that, like, Someone scream, you getting banned on Twitter from Twitter is the government censoring you, but then it's not censorship or it's not anti-free speech when literally the president uses his office and his wealth to punish you if you criticize him, which is all this is. Even they can't argue that there's actually a legal justification here. Sorry.
100%. Yeah, it's absolutely insane.